And so therefore we are about to jump live back in best of 3, which, let's face it, is the reason you guys are here in the first place. So with that being said, Dust, are you with me? Are you here? Are you alive?
Much to chat's displeasure, yes I am.
Oh, mate.
It's been pretty brutal in there, dog.
I love you.
It's been pretty brutal. There's a couple people who didn't like your music. A couple people.
A lot of people, man. It always triggers them, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I never understood that, because there's this mad feature with Twitch. You can mute streams. I know it's crazy. I know it's mind-blowing.
It is, isn't it?
Anyway. Here we go. We're live. HellRaisers CT side. And Bondic is giving them that sweet dick at the end. I don't know where I was going with that.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I
was like,
coming.
abort,
See
abort.
what I did there? Did you see what I did there? Hey.
Get out the joke. Get up. Not too late. All right. Gave him the dick it is then. It's late. Been casting a long time. It's actually not late. It's like 8 PM. But feels like it's much later than that. Anyway.
Yeah. And then I added on top of it, you know.
There's no turning back now.
Yeah. Just keeping the innuendos going the whole way through. The whole way through, Mattis.
I think we can get away with saying dick though, right? Because, I mean, you're literally watching terrorists and counter-terrorists shoot each other in the face and plant bombs. I think the source material's fairly adult, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just felt like we really kept it going way longer after that, too. But it's fine. We'll see if EnVyUs can finish in the next 40 seconds.
That laugh at the end is brilliant. Why not?
Kill the subtlety, of course.
30 seconds. EnVyUs decide that B is ripe for the taking. And Sticko, although he's in heaven and he has seen a couple of players, there's not much he can do to stop this plant. And Scream will be the player to put it in place. Does have a kit and a flash. And it's coming through onto Graffiti, where Happy is laid in wait. And he's going to wait for the right time to strike, but went a bit too early. Still lands the headshot and gets his second one. EnVyUs will convert the plant into a round and start off in winning ways.
Yeah, off the back of winning the first map, definitely great to find some good footing here early on the T side of Overpass, a map that can be quite difficult on T sides at times, especially a team like EnVyUs, who really isn't well known for this map at all. Again, back when some of these other guys from G2 were on EnVyUs, this was their permaban. It's never really been something big for Happy as an in-game leader in quite some time, so good to see that kick off for them the right way if you're a fan of the team, as we do see in XMS getting the kill on Angel already through fire. Not sure how that happened. I guess it was on short, maybe? Either way, we have another exchange taking place over there as well, so now it's a 4-on-3. Bomb is making its way through long A, which is completely unwatched right now. All the focus from HellRaisers is in connector and middle, so they will get into the A-bomb site scot-free.
RPK going to come head-to-head with Dead Fox, and well, Dead Fox living up to his name. Drilled in the face off the SMG. 9mm round to the head will do that. Right now, Bondic and Zero on the B side of the map. I think this is just safe territory. Keep the UMP, keep the MAC-10. Keep round 3 open for debate, at the very least. But EnVyUs will romp to a 2-0 lead on that T side. Do you reckon this is going to go to a third map, Dust, just to put you on the spot a bit? Do you think EnVyUs are going to slip here?
This is the map that I expect HellRaisers to be able to do well enough on to force a third map, surely. This is definitely one of their better maps that I remember from earlier this year. Cobblestone also pretty good for them, though, as well, actually. So, these next two maps they have in play, if they can get there, are certainly some of their better ones. But the French teams have also been always known to be pretty solid at Cobblestone, or at least always having like a pretty good familiarity with playing with the aggressive T sides and such, so also something to consider.
So with a saved couple of SMGs, HellRaisers now have something to play with. Gonna drop a CZ across the Angel as well, which was saved by Zero. So it's giving them a couple of avenues of aggression at the very least. Still a Molotov in play for Zero on top of that. Again though, when it's just SMGs, we've got a full bought up EnVyUs. It's hard to see HellRaisers getting this done. Triple stack attempt and has been successful. And suddenly Angel spots himself happy, who spins around. Like, you know what, mate?
God.
Get that MAC-10 in your face. Did lose 80% of his health, though. I like the idea. I like the try.
It's insane they didn't come with the frag there. Could have gotten a lot worse, too, because when that happens, you know 2 more are graffiti, and there was a Molotov that came down. They almost both got stuck there, and then they could have just taken the rest of the B-bomb site for free. So it almost got even worse. Luckily, didn't, and we do see some exchanges taking place at the A-bomb site, so HellRaisers are still hanging around here for a brief moment, at least, but RPK now clearing it up.
Dead Fox is going to connect a USB headshot, which is more than I expected him to get out of this round. And I was looking for a dropped weapon, but it's not going to find anything. That is sort of a nightmare moment where you expect a pistol or maybe a weapon to be alongside you. MAC-10 now been picked up, but he's against full Kevlar up players. Happy. Dropped to just 6. Dead Fox is going to come out worse for wear. And Happy stacking up more dollar bills. He's up to 7.6k now. That doesn't keep the MAC-10 because there must be a slight suspicion that one of these players may come through with a lack of head armor, and that's when the MAC-10 can really rip you to shreds. It is just going to be Bondic that doesn't have head armor, but it looks like Happy is going to keep this. I'm totally okay with this decision, actually.
Yeah, typically you do see one SMG carried over in situations like this, just to see if they can't get a little bit extra money. Obviously, he could have afforded an AK, but we'll see if he can make do with it. He's going to come up short really fast, just running through the fire and flames. They have no idea. He's so blind. He's going to get the kill. Even might find Angel as well. Does a lot of damage, but that was a crazy maneuver.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a kill, a 1-phone trade, and it's a MAC-10 lost. That's totally fine. I mean, ultimately, Happy was on a suicide mission in this round.
Yep.
And already HellRaisers down to just a bare bones 3 flashes and 1 incendiary. Remember again, no kits. And B is looking like it's about to get aggressed on. Now it is Sticko, the man with the incendiary. He's thrown that into no man's land. It's not really going to stop anything. He's about to get ingressed on by Sixer. Lands the headshot, switching across a swivel turret. Nailing multiple adversaries. And Sticko may have just single-handedly taken this round away from EnVyUs. RPK has his work cut out for him, but that was simply beautiful by Sticko. Poetry in motion with that triple spray.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that was looking so good for EnVyUs up until that point. RPK trying to see what he can do. Actually forfeits the bomb to try to push and see if he can't find something. Does find 1 kill, can't get the second, though the crossfire was well set up there for Dead Fox to quickly respond. But yeah, just a brilliant individual effort from Sticko. He wins the round for his team, no doubt about that. Also, I don't know if we announced this on stream yet, but Mousesports were the ones who beat Flipside in the other semifinal match, so they take the slot for DreamHack. So just to get that update, I'm sure people would have already seen it on HLTV or what have you, but figured I'd say it on stream, just in case you were curious and didn't know.
I think after like going 3-0 in the major qualifiers, if they hadn't have qualified for Malmö, that would have been a massive disappointment. They've been looking really good lately.
Absolutely. One of those weird situations where it seems like both parties benefited from the whole Nico leaving situation, which is kind of crazy to consider, but...
Some triggered people. Well, spoilers. Rest in peace.
Wait, what?
People triggered in chat about spoilers. It's all good though. XMS is going to come straight through. Lands the kill to Sticko, and Scream keeps his teammate alive with a vital kill to 0. They are doing the damage where it counts. Bondic, 40 health left. Enough to trade off onto Happy, but will not stop the bomb plant. Hoping for something to happen through the smoke, and HellRaisers, they're piecing out. They're done. EnVyUs will pick up a 4th round.
Yeah, this is a big reset to HellRaisers as well. Obviously, they'll save a lot here with these 2 M4s, Hem Armor, and Nade sets, but that's pretty much all they'll have going into the next round. So that is certainly damning to HellRaisers for EnVyUs to get off to this hot of a start on their T-side overpass. Really on the back foot now, and again, already a map in the hole as well, so EnVyUs looking to put their best efforts of joining Mousesports from the teams qualifying from EU.
Jesus, I know this is just a complete side point, but Scream has 310,000 kills on his Satrack AK. Alright then.
That's a lot of DMing.
That's a whole lot of one taps and edge shots. Happy's going to pick up the Mac 10 again. We've been here before. And again, there is a player without head armor, but it's Sticko, and he only has a deagle, so it's not the end of the world if he gets traded out for Happy at this stage. Bondic, no. M4 in position to strike, and strike it shall. 3 times. And again, it's one player really taking a stranglehold over. That flash timing could not have been worse for Angel or XMS. XMS, mate! Land the shot, bruv! What's that? If I missed that, I'd be disappointed, and I'm trash. He's a really good player. Bro, come on.
Talking about make the most of what you got. HellRaisers don't lose a single player in a round. They only had 2 rifles and I think 1 UMP. And they get to pick up 3 AKs for their troubles, get full utility sets, reset EnVyUs. That is about as good as it gets. Just all off the back of a stack aggression on the A side of the map that EnVyUs cannot handle. And so as soon as they were building up a really solid lead and getting some momentum, it's been kind of slammed in their face now. As they will try to respond back quickly. Everyone coming up connector for the most part here with those upgraded pistols is trying to swarm and hunt down Bondic and just overwhelm him as he holds the angle here inside bathrooms. He's getting wrapped around.
Yeah, Bondic, so deadly from that position, goes unchecked. Scream will not allow him to get any more. With a headshot with the Deagle, we'll pick up an AK as well. Oh, Angel had the right idea. I think he actually tagged up XMS through the smoke. Yeah. And finishes off what he started. It's all down to Scream, the only killer, the only assailant in the round. HellRaisers pick up the 3rd. Envy can buy here, though.
Yeah, they can. I mean, they didn't really take anything into that round. They stayed up for this moment here, but it's still a little bit light, right? I mean, Happy's on a Tech 9, a Galil on XMS. Not as much utility as you'd want. Definitely no AWP involved, so certainly going to be a bit strained, but definitely nothing to scoff at. Definitely still a pretty good amount to work with here. Good Molotovs from HellRaisers, stopping Happy from being able to get short B control too quickly. Angel even throwing down a bit of spam, takes him down halfway, so a little free damage being gained there by HellRaisers.
Yeah, down to 52, all through the wooden panels. Again, there is the weakest of the buys on the side of EnVyUs. Just the Tech 9. Very isolated from one another EnVyUs right now, but they can easily congregate in Connector, which seems to be the case. 3 players on B, just the 2 on A, both of which are on the long side. Now we are going to see action on long. Scream. Desperately spraying through the smoke, hoping to land something, anything. This be Bondic close range with the M4. Let's hop on board with his perspective and see what he has in store for EnVyUs. It's going to be headshots, and 2 of them. And with 6 being low, he can't afford to try and engage and avenge his fallen teammates, but the bomb's also dropped out there. It's from bad to worse. EnVyUs struggling, trying their best to somehow to retrieve the bomb. And the meanwhile, Happy is chilling on short side. Has spotted Sticko, but I'm pretty sure Sticko saw him too. And that nade suggests that that's the case. Headshot into Angel, finishing him off 4-4. Only losing Dead Fox in the process. Pause has been called.
Yeah, so we see HellRaisers, since the guns have come out, they've won 4 out of the last 5 rounds, including 3 in a row. In the last 2 rounds, they've only lost a player each one, so remaining with 4 players in round 7 and 8. So they're really building up a good amount of money here. I mean, look at this. You have 4 players fully decked out, and they're still sitting on 5K plus. 0 just south of 8,000, so they're really looking in good shape. Dead Fox going to have no problem getting an AWP here. It's actually going to get dropped by 0, who had the most money. Making sure that Dead Fox didn't have to dip into his wallet just yet. And he'll be able to buy his own armor and nades, of course, no problem there. So HellRaisers are setting themselves up really well for this half when it comes to cash. Meanwhile, EnVyUs are going to have to be in another low buy or save type situation for this round. So it could be great potential for HellRaisers to get another clean round and really just be set up well for the rest of the half when it comes to spending. So good recovery from them after the slower start, I guess you could say.
Absolutely. Losing 4 of the first 5 rounds. Almost going to put shivers down your spine from a
Not
CD's
only
perspective.
that, but when you get reset that early in the game like they did in round 4, I mean, that can be devastating to a lot of CT teams to have that happen so early in a half, yet they've come out of it just fine. I mean, it was the fact that they won that really big save round at Long A, wasn't it? I mean, that big push.
Yeah. You can see in the last 3 rounds as well, Dust, they've only lost 2 players.
Yep.
So that's done the world of good to their economy. Additionally, EnVyUs now clearly calling the pause. I mean, I assume this is a tactical pause. I don't actually know. But it would make sense for it to be a tactical pause at this stage. Try and retrieve some kind of composure. P250's Deagle. Now, we've seen in the past that Happy's not a terrible player, the Deagle, so that could be a gateway into this round. He starts to tee off the 1Deeks. And he's already pushing into Monster on the short side now in the tunnels. Molotov greets him. Not going to be deterred by this. Nade also goes in. Negligible damage, just chips away 4. Going to be joined by a couple teammates from Connector if they need to come and help him out. And he is hungry for this 1D. I mean, he is going peeking already. Looking down towards Monster now behind the pillar. We'll have half an eye on barrels as well. See if a pixel just flutters in the distance. Sticko's been spotted, but Happy's going to lose more than half of his health. And that, for me, is probably the round done, as morbid as it sounds and depressing as it sounds. I think they had to start this round off with the 1D, otherwise it was always going to be a lost cause. And now it's the case of putting bullets to faces, and HellRaisers showing that they have a pretty solid understanding of how to do that. Sixer and Happy, your last remaining terrorists. Sixer is at least going to put 1 player down with them, but that's likely as good as it gets. Happy's dead. Bondic with another 3k. He's on 14 for 3, by the way. Dude is playing one hell of a CT half.
Yeah, again, ever since the guns have come out for HellRaisers, they've been on top of things, no problem. Again, well set up for the rest of the half. EnVyUs on kind of like a buy-save rotation at this point. They need to make this one count. They will have the AWP and Sixer Sands. They have pretty good utility, head armor across the board, AKs, everything that you could really want. It's about as good as it gets. We'll see what they want to put together. They are going to put a little bit of added pressure onto the B-bomb site. Happy, the normal lurker, will be added with XMS, but Sticko looking to get aggressive down the pipe. Happy's so blind. Free pickings for Sticko. Instant 5-on-4, and so HellRaisers' aggression on the CT side has been really well done. Like, they seem to have always come out on top anytime they've pushed for something.
Yeah, it's exactly one of the reasons why Overpass is one of my favorite maps to cast and also play. Because on CD side, you are afforded opportunities to play aggressive, to look for information, to go to the likes of Connector and Short Water. Even up long, you know, all these positions you'll see CTs often push. And it makes for a very interesting map, in my opinion. Because the terrorists can't just sit back and assume that the control of the map is going to go their way. It's not like Inferno, where you're pretty much going to get up to mid and in apps every single round, unless the CTs decide to push 1 or 2 rounds, right? Like in this map, if you give up map control and the enemy team calls it, they will make the most of that.
Yeah, and it's that combined with the fast rotation from CT spawn to each site that makes it so CT-sided. Probably the most CT-sided map in the rotation.
Meanwhile, EnVyUs gonna try and cut this CT side down to size. Sticko is only able to get 1. That's certainly going to smoke. The CTs make that. Now the player advantage falling the way of EnVyUs. Bondic and Dead Fox both clumped together, so the avenging kill is very much a possibility. But of course, at the same time, as soon as its position is compromised, you'll see the set play get quelled more than likely from a crossfire. That Molotov's pretty solid. It forces Scream out into the open. And now, there's actually a real possibility of them clutching this round. Sixer is watching the right side of water. XMS is watching the left. He's going to catch Dead Fox with his pants down. And Bondic gets nailed, drilled in the head by Sixer. The precision on point. EnVyUs have done it. It was looking a little bit close at one point, though. And HellRaisers, of course, as CT side has been shaping up very nicely, have a lot of funds to fall back on.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple of more in a row from EnVyUs before they could really force any type of save out of HellRaisers. They're, like I said, well stacked for the rest of this half. A couple of players will be low going to the next round, but there's still certainly some money sitting around that team. EnVyUs wants to do in this round. Again, still a really well done buy. They're going to go for short B control once more. This is going to be Dead Fox pushing it with the AWP. He's already taken some damage, but he's going to keep going for it anyhow. He's going to find Happy again. Happy keeps getting denied at this short pipe. So again, a 5-on-4 start for HellRaisers. Last time it didn't lead to a win, though. It was a great recovery from EnVyUs, so I'll have to do it again.
Angel now trying to step up tall and long behind the rock. Bonnet goes down. Lots of damage to screen, but those two opening picks are massive. It's still a 3-on-3. But this now forces HellRaisers to rotate at least one player up onto A to deal with that threat. In the meanwhile, XMS is still chilled just outside of Monster.
Yeah, it also forces Zero to just have to play retake on the B-bomb side, so they'll basically be able to walk in. They'll just have to play retake. They do have an incendiary on Sticko, so that certainly can help. A couple of flashbangs, smokes to cut off short B, maybe. So they definitely have the utility to make a retake work, but at the very least, EnVyUs should get a bomb plant here. Have their own utility with a couple of Molotovs and a couple of smokes to maybe try to hold off. So definitely should be an interesting 3-on-3 exchange coming up here. Zero does have an angle to maybe catch someone crossing Toxic, so he still could get a free frag and tuck in the graffiti.
And there it is. You called it. Clairvoyant Dust on the case. Screamed out with 6 health. Joined alongside RPK, who is going to go for the plant. Picks up the AWP. Health no longer a concern, though, because he's dead. RPK, is the tank going to strike again? Absorbing so much punishment on Inferno. But that AWP, I mean, it's going to kneecap him. And as big and as powerful as RPK may be, on your back, everyone's vulnerable. HellRaisers will take a 6-5 lead.
Looking pretty decent there for EnVyUs with Scream getting those couple of kills over at the A-bomb side and getting it to a 3-on-3. But Zero just does a great job getting a kill, staying alive, getting the man advantage for his team, setting up for the better retake. And HellRaisers will pull it all the way through. And so, though they did lose a round, they're right back to winning ways. And it's EnVyUs who now are stuck into a forced buy situation. So HellRaisers are making a lot out of the CT side. Though, I mean, if you're EnVyUs, all it really takes is like one more round to feel pretty good about this half, to be honest.
Yep. Totally agree. 6 rounds is more than good enough for a lot of teams. So sure, I mean, HellRaisers have started to steady the ship and move it away from the rocky shoreline, but as you say, all it takes is one moment and EnVyUs are right back in this half. 10-5 even wouldn't be a complete catastrophe. I'm sure they'd be disappointed considering how this map started. It's going to be a bloodbath. And the executioners come in the form of HellRaisers. Happy. Not long for this world unlock. 2-round leads established by HellRaisers, but of course, as a result, that eco is going to be rifles. Although Sixer has a decision to make. If he wants to go for an AK, it's going to be at the cost of 0 nades. That's, of course, assuming he goes for the full head armor. But it's going to be Tech-9 instead. And I quite like that idea. Tech-9 is still very powerful, allows him full nades. Going to get another molly, another smoke in play.
Yeah, again, EnVyUs is going to get a couple of chances, or 3 to be exact, to try to just fit in 1 or 2 more rounds, which, again, I think would be enough for them. We're going to see aggression again from HellRaisers at the A side. They've done this quite a lot. They've been aggressive really every round. Some short B pushes thrown into the mix as well. So they've really made EnVyUs have to work for any territory that they've gained. Nothing really been given to them for free. That's been a big staple of HellRaisers CT side. They've had a lot of success with it.
I do love how aggressive this play actually is. And they've got a crossfire established as well. So Angel, he knows that he's okay. Like, his teammates have his back. He can continue to just sit in Fountain. This is eating up not just valuable time, but it's also forced out some utility from EnVyUs just to reclaim what was theirs and be able to back away with the bomb. And now HellRaisers, the united force, decide, okay, we've had our fun, let's pull back. Boost up from Happy. Apologies. NA observing.
Wow, dude. One of the best observers in the game come from NA, dog.
That's true.
Do you even know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
UK observing. There we go.
Yeah. We got Sapphire, we got Prius, we got Kevin.
You are definitely right. All beasts in their own right, but Angel proving that he can also hang with them, or not. He gets plucked out from Happy. Sixer goes in with the Tech-9. Taken out of the equation, and it is a 2-1-4. XMS the healthier of the two options. Happy just on 12. First kill goes his way. It's not without bloodshed, though. He's down to 45. Does spot Sticko peeking round the corner. And Sticko will not give him the option of a second chance. HellRaisers 8-5 leads. Bomb planted. EnVyUs. For me, this is probably half buy. We'll see if they agree or not.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could half buy here. Make sure you get a really nice full buy in the last round, certainly. But with 6 or an XMS with the money that they have, and even Happy could go for something here. But yeah, they are going to go ahead and just take the pistol armor. I like it. Give yourself a chance, but don't hamstring yourself for the final attempt at getting a round over before the half comes to a conclusion. Once more, we are going to see how it's taking some forward positions early on. It is going to be, once again, Sticko pushing short B. They also pushed up connector, but they've quickly fallen back off of that. There's nothing fast happening at short B, though. So Sticko's not going to find anything, but certainly the way that bomb is positioned, and you think Happy and RBK are going to double back through door at some point to go short, so Sticko will eventually get a chance if he sticks around, but actually doubles back to help out at Monster. Refreshing that smoke, keeping EnVyUs stalled out.
But all of EnVyUs
Oh,
currently resigning here. Yep. Sees a leaning tower of terrorists and decides to try and demolish that before it can get established fully. Flashes into spray. Feels bad to watch this round for EnVyUs unfold. It is a demolition. And they just crater. HellRaisers 9-5 lead.
That flashbang did no favors. The EnVyUs had actually blinded all of them, and it didn't come through to HellRaisers at all. So easy running through the blender of Monster was HellRaisers there, so they will make it 9-5. But again, this is what really mattered. It was this round. This is what EnVyUs saved up for. This is their real opportunity to find a 6th round on the board before we switch sides. So let's see what they do with it here. They do have the AWP in Sixer's hands. They will again put heavy presence towards B. A short push. Sticko once again will be there to greet them. He gets flashed this time, and Happy clears him out. So finally, Happy makes a short B push work. Gonna follow it up with more.
Happy going entry. Screw all this flanking, lurking crap. I'm gonna go in first. I'm gonna claim myself some kills. Did more than enough. Now he has to hope the rest of his team can follow suit. Even by example. In comes XMS. Angel's not done with this round just yet, though. Capitalizing with a second kill. The flashes will keep them at bay. Can't get the avenging kills now. The player advantage shifts the way of the CTs. It's now all even. Lots of time left. 6 up. His spidey senses were tingling that Monster could be on for aggression, but his crosshair was a little bit too high.
Great play. But
now they're just going to go straight to A. This is the perfect play. And to make matters even better for EnVyUs, they get a kill on Bondic on the way out. Dead Fox going to switch to an AK. Much better for potential retake scenarios than the AWP. He does have both the smoke and incendiary. He's healthy and he has a kit. So this is certainly, as far as 1v2s go, not a terrible position to be in for Dead Fox. Now the bomb is planted. The dumpster side of truck. Going to be smoking on dumpster. But expect to see the incendiary tossed into bank. Or it's not even required, just lands the headshot. And now Scream's in a horrible position. He has to come straight up. But Dead Fox! You had an incendiary, bro. Why you don't use the incendiary? That has tilted me. And I'm sure it's tilted him too. Because it was a great attempt, but it will be EnVyUs taking the last round of the half.
Yeah, big play from Happy to get those 2 entries. Then just a smart play in the 2v2 once they got the information where both players were, just to bring that bomb through spawn into the A-bomb site. Just the perfect maneuver. And they do get that 6th round in. Have to say, though, they're really lucky they got the 3-0 start, because without that, they would have gotten crushed that half, because they did not find many gun rounds. Half their rounds came off the 3-0 start, so there you have it. But to be fair, it doesn't really matter how you get there. In the end, it just matters how many points you put on the board. And I think EnVyUs did enough. Especially if they can win pistol on the CT side. They'll be in great shape.
Definitely. I think if you offered EnVyUs 6 rounds before the map start, they said absolutely yes. On the T side. The plot thickens. I'd say this is actually shaping up to be a very close map.
Certainly. And again, EnVyUs obviously has that safety net of having won the first map, so even if things do go awry here on Overpass, they'll still have Cobblestone as the third map decider. It's really the pressure on HellRaisers to fight their way through to that third map opportunity. But again, it's not going to be easy, as EnVyUs have certainly put themselves within striking distance.
Realistically, then, different question. Obviously, we're waiting for two teams to ready up in halftime. Wondering. Regardless of which team goes across, whether it's EnVyUs or HellRaisers, what chance do they realistically have of going the distance at Malmö, in your opinion? Is there any hope?
No.
Do you think they're going to go out in groups?
I mean, make it out of groups. I mean, I don't know what's the group format for Malmö. I mean, 16 teams. Is it 4 groups of 4? Like they did at Vegas?
So, yeah.
Depends on their group. I mean, certainly could make it out of groups.
But in terms of getting further than like quarters or semis, it's a no-go for you.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair. I mean, Malmö is pretty stacked.
There,
yeah, it's a pretty stacked event. It is a Masters after all. Pretty much a who's who of teams.
Teams like FaZe, Astralis, G2, and SK have been. It's really hard to shake that up. Yeah.
So where would you
seem firmly up there?
You know, if you had your sort of Thorin's list of teams, where would you put EnVyUs and HellRaisers on that list?
I don't know. I think they'd, if you just base it off of recent results, I don't think they'd even be in the top 10.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, certainly like top 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, not in the top 10.
Would Mousesports get in the top 10 for you?
They're certainly close, I think. I could certainly see them being up there, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to be jumping into the second half. I can see a lot of people like, what the hell's got... It was warm-up, boys. It wasn't live. Do not worry. Do not worry your pretty little heads. I don't know what's going on with that. Sounds really weird. Let's just move on from the
like you were just talking to your child, like you were putting him down to bed in the crib.
Brilliant.
Twitch chat is not that sweet little innocent child, though. We all know it.
Definitely not. Definitely not. EnVyUs
though. Little kid that just steals candy from the gas station all the time. Burns ants with magnifying glasses. That's the type of child that Twitch chat is.
Dust. Tilt.
Save me at any moment now, of course.
Confirmed. Dead Fox going to land a headshot as they look to barrel their way through onto the A side. Sixer lands one of his own though. Angel taken momentarily out of this round. RPK doing what he can, and Happy's going to be joining him. It's all on Sticko. Block in hand. 3 players to find and frag. Can't get any of them. EnVyUs second pistol. We discussed how important this was, and they picked it up. But they're right back in this now. Odds on favourite to just go 9-9. Anyone's map.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't make fun of Twitch chat, should I? You know? It's like being around a wasp nest. Like, there's already a couple swarming around that probably sting you, but then you just kick it and you just get mad swarmed, you know? Probably we're better off just getting stung by the couple, you know?
Philosophical with Dust.
I like how you just sit there with the bus above your hands and you just watch it drop on me. Just don't say anything.
What can I say?
Just letting the bus fall where it may. I guess, you know, you're under the philosophy of dig your own grave and lay in it. Like, I'll stand up here and watch you sink into the hole. As HellRaisers are probably going to sink into another loss because they're just on Glocks. As of course they are saving up for the next round, as they did get that first round bomb plant, affording them the chance for a third round AK buy.
Yeah, this is the scout. 6 up. Claim me a kill. Of course, without Kevlar, this is where the scout's effectively like an AWP, really. A 1-hit kill in most areas of the body. 6 with a headshot on the Bondic. And so EnVyUs are making it work with pistols of all weapons. And 6 with another one. He's not content with his 2 frags. He wants more. And he's going to find it. He's actually on for the ace now. It is against an ecoed up HellRaisers, so to keep that in consideration, but let's have a look to see if he does get the ace. He will get the ace. 6er laying down the law, padding those stats.
Yeah, again, not too much to be expecting that round, was it? I mean, it was just Glocks from HellRaisers after all. They would have been lucky even to just get a bomb plant out of that round, which they obviously did not. But It was all for this moment here. AKs across the board. Galil on 0 is the only exception to that. Pretty good utility as well, so they should be able to work out something. They're up against 3 SMGs, a Scout, and an M4, so certainly could have a chance to make something happen here as we will see Bondic boosting up, just watching for any type of aggression over here coming out of long A. There is a little bit of aggression going on there, but not that far up. Just push the bathrooms.
Sorry about that. The game just started going crazy on me. I thought it crashed. I was panicking, but it's all good. So HellRaisers with a full assault rifle by 6-up. Not going to take any chances, instantly shooting as soon as that flashbang lands in his face. He's going to be joined by Scream, who's in the bathrooms right next to him. Scream's going to look to push his way up and get some information for the rest of his team.
It's probably the most innocent way you could describe 2 men next to each other in the bathroom.
6 with a headshot. Let's just leave that. Yep. Let's leave that to the bathroom.
That's about the reaction I expected.
And now Happy waiting on the truck with his MP9, tailor-made for up close and personal, but he decides better if he's going to be going back to the site, which has seen a lot of bloodshed all the way of HellRaisers. Happy now as MP9 is no longer quite in the advantageous position it once was. In actual fact, I'd say he's kind of screwed. He's hoping that Scream can pave a way in, or Sixer can carve a few shots with his Scout. He's still smoked out of position, but now he's going to push. Headshot onto Bondic, but he dies alongside his brethren, and HellRaisers will pick up a vitally important terrorist round. Their first so far, and this will be straight back into a buy, though I'm sure. It's really only Scream that's low on cash.
Yeah, very true. They definitely had the option to go for a buy here. Sixer definitely could get the AWP as well. Looks like they'll take a light approach, though. Looks like they just want to shave off, a little bit of that money to get some upgraded pistols, but they want to make sure that they can buy together. And so that is going to be a better opportunity for HellRaisers to push through another round without much resistance. Much like the Maginot in the line for France, there's not much defense here on the CT side on Overpass.
Reference game on point. I don't know how many people would have got that reference. And those that do probably get triggered by it. But
yeah, probably. that's probably
it's a no-win, isn't
exactly.
it?
Yeah.
A no-win. I understood that
Yeah,
reference,
there's
and
no
you're
win
an
in there.
asshole, Dust.
Yeah.
You're an asshole. Stop beating up on French people.
Did I not pronounce it right? I've always been told it was pronounced that way. Oh well. That's how my history professor told me it was pronounced. So that's all I can go by. I'm sorry.
And I believe, if memory serves me correctly, the plan to get round the side was called the Schieffelin plan.
Yep, there you go. Nailed it.
Oh, we have it.
I can't remember the name of the forest they went through. Could have kept it going.
That being said, for all of our ramblings, no kills have actually came down. Very little has happened in terms of aggression. Scream trying to tap at range. Maximus taking a bit of damage, and still 10 players left for 20 seconds. That may not pay out well for HellRaisers, and it's going to be a very late take, and this is where Scream can really break the hearts with the Deagle, or not, as the case may be. In comes Happy, in comes Sixer. Up to the podium they will stand. Headshot delivered, and Happy will trade out for the AK. Molotov and smokes are keeping them at bay. This is whittling away vital time, especially considering that EnVyUs don't have any kits. Gonna look for the boost. You'd expect the terrorists to be one step ahead of this. And now we have it. It's going to be Bondic. And dispatches of Happy, and that probably is the round laid bare. Bondic with another one. Sixer will take him down. But now his mission, if he chooses to accept it, is to save the AK. Oh, that's actually really smart play. He was trying to mask his drop.
Yep.
Hoping that someone would actually come out and look at him. They haven't. And he will save the AK. I love plays like that, man. It doesn't seem like much, but it can make a difference. And although it didn't really affect him in the end, because both HellRaisers players went elsewhere, Sixer, I got you back, bro. That was cool.
I mean, also you have to consider that it's not like EnVyUs had much stake in that round, right? They took the conservative approach. They just bought some pistols. They were saving up for this round. So the fact that they did as much economic damage as you saw unfold is actually not too shabby. It kind of keeps HellRaisers' economy in check a bit. Maybe even forces them to have to save right away, or at least take a force buy the first time you get a win against them. So certainly could still have some impact, even though they didn't get the W. But this is certainly a round that they must win if they want to keep it a tight race. Otherwise, HellRaisers might start spiraling this out of control, because you win this, EnVyUs is right back to saving. That's a good chance for 13-8. So this is a big round for EnVyUs. Again, they do have the one map safety net, so it's not as if it's all over, but certainly I'm sure they would have liked to keep their chances for a 2-0 option open.
Yeah, definitely. They still will have their eyes set on this going their way, of course, and if you have every opportunity to pick it up, it's going to be laboured, it's going to be an uphill climb for quite some time, but one foot in front of the other. Baby steps. Scream up on long, trying to spot himself some pesky terrorists, and that he has. And there's the Scream that we know and love, the headshot machine. Did you get pushed from the backside? bondik will take him out. Not able to get a second one as he gets smoked out of position. This will afford Sixer the opportunity to rummage back with the AWP. But he's going to get caught on the cross. And he had his back turned, of all things, to bondik. And at least go in the alcove and wait for one of your teammates to face, or just straight up stand there and turret your way with the AWP. But now it's on bondik, who's very close to landing another shot. Unlucky. XMS on the B side, behind the pillar. What is that?
Wow, he's going to be a little bit ruffled. He has only 2 HP left there. And now RPK is going to use that to help waylay their way in. So now it's all on 0.
I mean, I can't stress how vital that kill actually was for EnVyUs. It's not going to end up costing them that much in the end, but if they lose that, then a huge portion is attributed to XMS whiffing that. I mean, there's no reason he shouldn't be getting that kill. But whatever, EnVyUs have done it. They bring it back to 11-9. They do lose 3 players, though. It's going to keep a few of them fairly low, but he can pick up the AWP. So RPK can drop that across the Sixer if he so chooses. The Sixer's got a pretty decent spawn for mid. I'm not sure if he'll push it and try and peek.
Uh-oh, we got an AUG on the field.
Alright.
A little bit of Call of Duty time for him. Get down that ADS.
Record now, boys.
Can do. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Scream needs any extra help with his aim. He's pretty good. I hear he's quite good at landing headshots.
Yep.
HellRaisers half buying into the rounds. UMP, Tech 9s, a CZ on Angel. And it's going to be a fast play. XMS on the barrels. Can he make amends for that previous mistake? The answer, a resounding no. And now RPK has to try and carve out a master plan. Or it's not even required, actually. The Stream comes through with the AUG. And he's picked himself up 2 kills with the rifle. And Dead Fox gets plucked out from Happy. So EnVyUs with another round, starting to steady themselves somewhat. But with that bomb plant, it's going to be a solid purchase for HellRaisers in the next one.
Yeah, again, they didn't really go heavy-handed into this round. They've gotten 2 bomb plants in a row, so certainly a lot of funds are going to be in this one for HellRaisers. Try to hold EnVyUs off from tying up this game. Luckily for Envy, though, they won that round pretty clean. They didn't have to do a lot of rebuying, so Sixer even has a little bit of money pulled up when it's all said and done, and they're able to get full utility. Not going to be short on anything in this round. We're going to see them look to get very aggressive on A. So many forces dedicated to the A-bomb side. It's just XMS playing solo B right now. RPK will push the connector, a couple pushing up towards Fountain, 1 long A pushed as well, and Happy. So they're really looking to make a play happen here at Fountain.
Yeah, they had the perfect spawn to do just this. They got not just mid, but also long control under wraps. That being said, though, they're starting to hemorrhage kills. You've got to put a band-aid over that wound for the time being. At least try and alleviate the pressure that's being applied by HellRaisers. And the front lines have been established. It's going to be Fountain. Sixer next to fall. It started so well, but it's starting to crumble now. And it's just gone even worse. XMS, the lone defender of B, is now the lone survivor here in rounds 22.
Yeah, man, it looked so good at the beginning, and then it just so quickly fell apart. that they just couldn't get the heck out of there after they got the kills. Good trades from Dead Fox and Angel, and so now that means they'll likely extend the lead rather than EnVyUs tying things up, especially since XMS has pretty much gambled on playing towards B, and obviously they're about to plan A, and when that happens, I'm sure he'll save. Again, there is some money sitting out there on Sixer, but otherwise, they need all they can get in the next round.
Yeah.
He does have a kit, so he may fancy his chances if he can find a quick kill and get into a 1-on-2.
I mean, I think he's in a position where he's looking to try and get a pick on the cross, and if he can get one, he may be baited into trying to you know, win this round outright. And now that nothing's forthcoming, he's going to pick up the AWP. There's actually not behind him. Bruh. Yeah, there we go. Sixer's corpse. And saving that AWP is worth so much. You can already see he's got 7.4k in equipment value. But he's being aggressed by Zero. Did Zero just spot his behind sticking around the corner? I don't think so, judging from where he's looking right now. So it looks like XMS will live to fight another day. Wasn't thick enough, I guess. So HellRaisers 12-10 lead, and as you say, Dust, correctly, not much to play with apart from Sixer. In terms of money, that is. I don't expect to see a force buy. I mean, this could be just straight up suicide if EnVyUs force buy in this situation.
Yeah, I'm sure some pistols will get dropped here. And again, the AWP is going to be out in play. Actually, RPK will take it. They're actually confused who's taking it. Now Scream has it. Now they're passing it back to... I have no idea what's happening with that. It actually slows Sixer down a heck of a lot, because if he was looking to play aggressive on middle, he's definitely killed a lot of time, which has given so much room for HellRaisers to just go ahead and get to Fountain and Party before he could get in position, but winds up not mattering. He'll just hold the angle here on balloons.
So playing more of a stationary AWP for the time being. Screen, trying to shoulder peek long. Molotov's going to force Sixer back to the site. HellRaisers trying to take full control over mid and connector respectively. Against this kind of a buy as well with P250s, it's not completely out of the realms of possibility that EnVyUs would have tried some kind of aggressive play into connector to try and take a stranglehold over the map. So it's important that HellRaisers, they do check off all those points, make sure there's no one going to be getting around the back of them. But now they decided that, okay, B is certainly where we'd like to aggress. Going to be smokes, flashes, mollies. They have a lot to play with here, HellRaisers. It's going to be a pop flash. XMS is allowing himself to burn a little bit. The drive-by double dink onto Bondic is massive. XMS is also going to go back in for seconds. This is ridiculous. Surely not a third. Dead Fox will put him down, but look at the damage that's inflicted on HellRaisers. They were looking so potent. And now they have just been demolished. Only XMS dies. Phenomenal P250 work.
Just P250 things, Vince. Just P250 things.
$300.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
Sound.
Not sure what you're referring to. What problem? I mean, good accuracy, though, from XMS, to be fair. Definitely had the pinpoint aim there. Just the timing on that peek off the back of the Molotov certainly was well-timed as well. Had to do what he could. And now it's HellRaisers who will be working with the P250s on 3 of their players. Angel had the lone rifle, also the lone head armor. Tries to step out for a frag. Gonna get waxed by Happy. And they're not even going to be... I think they will... Yeah, they do send Bondic around to grab the AK, but still, aim punch, excuse me, going to be an issue with no armor. I
mean, in fairness, a head punch also would be an issue.
Yeah.
Don't think anyone really wants to get punched in the head. Yeah. Oh. That's a pretty feels bad moment, you know.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel, Dust, that if this ends up going the way of EnVyUs now, that could have been the play that shifted this in EnVyUs' favor. Because HellRaisers are onto ultimately an eco with an AK.
Yeah. Well, it's the botched defuse attempt on Inferno that got them, as well as the P250 round on middle. Right, so it's like 2 big rounds on Inferno. So
I forgot about
certainly
that.
Sometimes it can come down to a few rounds, making the world of difference in close games like this.
Scream with the spray. Not quite able to capitalize on multiple frags, but he had Big Bro Sixer watching his back. And Happy will do the rest. The 3K They're happy. 19 and 16, pretty even along EnVyUs. And again, it's XMS that is quite a distance behind the rest of the team. I think at one point he's on like 6 for 18 on Inferno as well. So he's not having the greatest of games. It does make you think, though, if he starts to fire on all cylinders, then EnVyUs are going to be quite a difficult beast to contend with. But here comes a pause.
I'm sure HellRaisers wants to kind of think this one through a little bit more. I mean, they know they're up against a full buy. They know that EnVyUs still has money to burn even after that. They've won a couple in a row, and they've been pretty clean. Only lost one player the last 2 rounds, so lots of saving going on there. Meanwhile, HellRaisers, yes, they'll buy here, no problem, but you lose this, and you go all the way to your bottom dollar. I mean, you're not going to have any money in the next round. That's 14-12 for free for EnVyUs, basically, 2-for-1 deal. So they'll take a middle-of-the-road approach, which we do see often nowadays. Just, you know, getting a little bit of something here. Definitely enough to win a round, but not ideal, and certainly set themselves up for the next round. Yeah, it's really just Bondic here who went heavy-handed.
Yeah, Bondic with the AK. And for those of you asking in chat, by the way, saying, like, why is Angel on 5 and 7? It's because he DC'd around half-time, so it kind of skewed with his results. I think he's on, like, 14 kills, 21 deaths on HLTV. I just saw someone say that in chat, so it is a bug, don't worry. But now, back into the thick of the action is HellRaisers. As you highlighted, Dust, they have Bondic on an AK. Everyone else, by and large, on very little. And Angel will play no further part of this round.
It's interesting because EnVyUs have left the A-bomb side wide open. They've really put the focus on pushing connector and flanking B. RPK will now rotate, but Sixer is basically solo defending A from middle, far back. So this could get a little bit dicey, but RPK has rotated, and Alex will be here as well.
This could come down to RPK ultimately, though, because Sixer's gone down with very little fight. XMS can't see anything. Smoke is thick enough to choke on at this stage. RPK, very much the same situation befalls on him. They do have Happy moving around from the backside, though. Forever lurking. Remaining 2 terrorists perched on short, one of which is Bondic. Flashback in his eyes, can't see anything. Zero very much in the same position as well. Missing out on that shot, could be the last play he makes of this round. He doesn't have his teammates back either. Zero's waiting for the right moment to strike, but the double peek is enough to contend with him. And a bomb will get defused in amongst the chaos. EnVyUs retake the lead.
Yeah, but again, HellRaisers didn't spend too much money on that round, and they got a bomb plant, and they took some guns down, so they will be able to get a nice full buy in this round. This is the one that they were really counting on to try to tie things back up. That was kind of a sacrificial round. Certainly would have been nice to grab it, and they were certainly working on it, but it isn't the end of the world that it didn't go through for them. But yes, as you noted, EnVyUs, they will take the lead back. They've won a few in a row now. They've won 5 out of the last 6, actually. So they've been fairly on point on their CT side. And it's been pretty much a team effort. I mean, they're pretty much firing on all cylinders. XMS has had a little bit of a tougher time, but everyone else is in the high teens and Happy they're at 21. So definitely out-fragging their opponents.
Of course, what both teams are playing for is a spot at DreamHack Malmö. It's a Masters. The best and brightest teams will be there. And EnVyUs are 3 rounds away from securing their position with some huge teams. HellRaisers, who've had the lead for quite a bit of Overpass now, will be feeling as if they had every chance to close this map out and take us to Cobblestone. But still on Razor's edge. HellRaisers will have a buy. It's just a question of, does Dead Fox go for an AWP? You'd expect him to with 6.6k. Angel's maybe a bit more of a question mark. He has enough for an AK. And Kevlar, that would give him no room. He only have $100 left after that. So no flashes, nothing else.
He already has the head on. He already bought that.
Oh, he does. Yeah, I'm away with the fairies, mate. Thanks for correcting me, though, because I legitimately didn't see I had Kevlar because I'm a scrub.
A lot of utility being bought. Still enough money to buy an AK if he wants to, and there it is. And obviously that costs enough money for the AWP armor and utility as well. So this will be pretty straightforward on what they decide to purchase.
So next question. Where are they going to be looking to aggress? We're going to see some kind of a rapid round by HellRaisers. It's going to be more slow and steady. Zero's off by himself, heading towards Monster. Rest of the team coming up through mid. No aggressive play by EnVyUs. It's really Sixer just on flower bed. And Scream, who's on the short side of A. And there is Sixer. Landing the op shot. Going to go back in for seconds, but decides better of it. A free pick is worth so much. Don't give them the chance to answer back.
Yep. Actually, I haven't really seen that spot used yet. I think Sixer's been up there a couple times, but he's never actually taken a shot because someone else was playing up front and kind of took the actual initial fight. So, good to be able to put that spot to use. Certainly a very powerful boost spot. Fallen, very famous for that.
Maintaining the player advantage, we'll see. EnVyUs with just shy of a minute to play with. Trying to repel HellRaisers by. After, of course, the pause. Happy laid in wait between the two sides. Can quickly rotate to either or. Decides that B could be about to be aggressed on, but from our perspective, we know that's not the case. Scream. Gonna go looking for information and finds it with 2 kills. That is exquisite play by Scream. It could have backfired horribly. But those 2 kills basically just outright win the round for EnVyUs. Angel, 20 seconds to try and push onto B site with just an AWP. That's if he even wants to go for it. He wants to save instead. That ballsy play with a pop flash into peak by Scream was worth so much for the CTs.
Yeah, it just catches them off guard because you know they're like setting up to actually attack as soon as the smoke dissipates. That's what they're looking to do. They're maybe getting their own utility ready to go, and then all of a sudden Scream just pushes through, and he does it at, like, you know, late in the round where he just really disrupts you, not leaving you a whole lot of time left to recover and get a bomb planted somewhere. So just like a perfectly timed push by Scream has the impact that was intended, big time, and now they're just a couple of rounds away from punching their ticket into the next DreamHack Masters event. HellRaisers have to recover in the worst kind of way, in a situation where they just have to keep force buying. That's all they can do. They don't have any room to save, so they just have to work with these upgraded pistols and the AWP on Angel. He'll keep it because Dead Fox has nothing, just a Glock.
Yeah, literally just a Glock.
I guess they're making sure he can buy an AWP next round if they do lose this. They still have something in the next round, you know what I mean? That's kind of the thought, I think. Because Angel does get the pick on the Scream, so hold the phone. There's still a chance for them to make these Tech 9s work with this AWP.
Six has been flashed as well. He's going to answer back with a smoke, but gets mollied out of position. Now it was risky for a second, hopping across long. For all he knows, someone's peeking him. Another flash keeps him at bay. They're doing a solid job of keeping him pinned in, but the problem is that they're not getting any inroads towards him. But Sticko is going to thread the needle. And Dome Sixer picking up the AWP quickly. The tides of power change and go in favor of HellRaisers. This round's not over yet, but it's moving ever so quickly that way. XMS, all that remains is happy. Nailed where he stands on truck. And HellRaisers have done it with effectively an AWP. That has got to hurt EnVyUs.
You could see Sixer was just doing everything he could to stay alive. Even his teammates trying to help him out by throwing a flash in long and helping him try to get out of there with the op, but it was just to no avail. He wasn't getting anywhere. We just kept him pinned down and took him out. Also got that initial pick on Scream very early on. And so XMS will just save this M4. Obviously, plenty of money still out there on EnVyUs. They'll definitely have a full buy in the next round. That's not an issue. But HellRaisers are now couple of steps closer towards perhaps forcing that third map, and they do it on a really low buy round. They get so much for it. They get to keep a couple of AKs. Sticko finds an M4. Now they're also well set up for the rest of the half.
Yeah, so we're in that fairly rare situation where 14-13 with both teams in a solid economy.
Yep.
Just gonna butt heads and see who comes out on top. Both teams have an AWP, both teams have plenty of nades and full assault rifles. Game well and truly on. And this map is still up for debate. It was looking like EnVyUs would sneak away with it. The HellRaisers keeping themselves at arm's reach. Again, though, it is a slower pace round us. We're not going to see any aggression. Gonna try and pick off EnVyUs and convert into a bomb plant.
Yeah, Sixer trying his luck in that same boosted position. See if he can't make it work again. No one peeking long A though. Like you said, everyone just kind of holding their ground. No one really trying to go for anything early.
Hear the pitter-patter footsteps from XMS's perspective. Only heard one person though. It doesn't really tell them too much information with this much time left. Flashes coming in. I think that was a bit of a whiffed flash though. RPK got that to the face. Incendiary and short. Eating up valuable time. They still have connected control. They can easily wrap themselves to A if they choose. RPK is going to have to move out of position once again. The Zero's now going to be making a move. And he spots XMS and lands the shot, but Zero is unable to get the second. RPK in prime position to strike, and strike he shall. Headshot onto Angel now. And with the smoke on short, it stops HellRaisers from pushing through and dealing with him. And now, EnVyUs are just swarming the site. Everybody is here. There's now no doubt as to where this bomb is traversing to. Scream gets picked off by Dead Fox. Sixer answers back. Exchanging blows. It's going the distance in this round. 10 seconds left. And now Sixer's going to come in with a second. And Happy sideswipes Bondic. 2-round lead. And HellRaisers will have enough to buy, but there's no more room for error. They're playing for overtime.
You gotta give a lot of props to RPK there. His 2 kills had so much impact. Even after XMS goes down and it's a quick 5-on-4 for HellRaisers, RPK uses some good utility to slow down short, doubles his efforts on the monster, gets a couple of big kills, including getting the bomb down and stalling them out. Sixer obviously helping close things with the AWP, so props to him as well. But EnVy just making plays in key moments, and now they have a chance to 2-0 this series. They get 2 tries to do it in regulation. HellRaisers have to force an overtime just to have a chance to win the map, just to have a chance at the 3rd map. So, again, a lot of pressure on them. Angel has been spotted by Happy. So, a little bit of information given over here to EnVyUs. But it is all quiet for the most part here early in the round.
Quite similar to the last round, although less being applied over on the B side of the map. Flashes are coming through, though. And it's not like HellRaisers have a lot to burn. They've only got 2 left now, so is that useless utility? I'm not sure. They're not really making moves anywhere else. It seems a little bit throw caution to the wind strategical play right now. Sixer has claimed the first kill. Moves EnVyUs 1 step closer to securing a 2-0. Scream trying to tap from range. Dead Fox survives on 1 health. He counts himself lucky, and more so because he comes back with a kill. That's ridiculous. Happy, RPK, both with a crossfire, able to put it down to 0. There's the first headshot, looking for more. RPK is going to be looking to peek from the left side. He has control of the bomb. Doesn't really have time to go back to B. He has to hit A. And it has to be right now, and it's got to be swift. 0. Throwing caution to the wind. Gonna go for that plant. And it may end up working out for him, but he's being sprayed up from the truck, and it's gonna be EnVyUs with RPK claiming themselves a spot at DreamHack Malmö. 2-0 winners.
Yeah, I guess it's only fitting, I guess you could say, that we see this happen like this. It is EnVyUs who are able to come up and eliminate HellRaisers for a shot at making it to a big-time LAN. Of course, it was HellRaisers doing that to EnVyUs a few months back when it came to the Starlighter qualifier, so their favor returned, and EnVyUs will join alongside Mousesports, the teams that have qualified today from Europe, to be a part of DreamHack Malmö, of course, alongside all of the invited teams that were out there already. We also, of course, had from the Asia Oceania qualifier a while back, Dreamscape actually make it through, Boot Dreamscape, so a new Asian team will be involved. Obviously, a lot of those players coming out of Singapore, and they have DSN as their coach. So it'll be cool to see a team outside of like the Chinese teams, you know, like Tyloo and such, that'll be have a chance at international stage. And of course, it'll be cool to see EnVyUs, you know, try to keep working their way through with Mousesports, obviously making a lot of noise lately. We get another chance as well against the top of the world. And then, of course, North American qualifiers are going on as we speak for that 1 slot.
Indeed. And speaking of the LA qualifiers, I believe after we've gone on offline, which is going to be very shortly, we will be hosting on this channel some of the official games, which are on DreamHack 2, I think.
Yep.
I've been told to plug that, so there you go. But that's it for us today. Dust, any final closing remarks before we head off after this very long day of epic Counter-Strike?
Yeah, thanks for bearing with us, everyone. Thanks for the patience. It's definitely been a long and tiring day for us, and we're glad that you stuck around. Hope you had a good time. Hope you didn't cringe too much at the stupid jokes, but we tried to just have a good time, and we're glad you all stuck around. Again, be sure to tune in for the event itself, which will, again, be, I think, the last weekend of August, bleeding into the first couple of days of September. So, little ways off for the LAN event itself, but hopefully you'll tune in. You can also give us a follow at OnFire Events, at Follow Dust on Twitter. We'd appreciate that support as well. And that's it for me.
Cool, man. Well, thank you very much for sticking with us. That's us done. We're going to be hosting some NA qualifier action. So if your CS thirst has not been quenched, I should say, then by all means stick around and watch those casters knock it out the park. That's it from us. Thanks for watching, guys. Going to cut back to music for a little bit and then round off the stream.